Do you feel this new energy portal vibrate? A golden frequency is approaching for Taurus. What cosmic revelation is activated with the supermoon of January 20th, 2025? Will it be a key to your most abundant destiny? I promise to unveil an activation code unique to your soul, based on Dolores Cannon's channeled messages, a prophetic vision that heralds your new era of prosperity. And just when you think you have it all, you'll find that the most valuable thing is just beginning. Deal. What if you've already been touched by a force you couldn't see? What if the subtle signs in your life, those strange dreams, the unexplained stillness at night, the longing that has no name, were not coincidences but sacred signals? What if January 20th wasn't just a date, but a cosmic appointment your soul made lifetimes ago? Taurus, this is no ordinary month, and this, no ordinary moon. And Taurus, if this message is already resonating in your body, not just your mind, pause. Let this truth echo beyond the screen. Subscribe to this space of sacred remembrance and leave a comment below with your soul's reaction. What are you feeling? What is shifting? Your words might be the mirror someone else needs today. In the depths of this precise lunar cycle, a powerful superfull moon emerges, not just as a celestial spectacle, but as a portal, one vibrating with frequencies that will resonate directly with your soul's ancient mission. You, the grounded guardian of earth and abundance, are being summoned to cross an invisible threshold. The cosmos has been aligning for this moment, and you, child of Venus, are at the heart of it. But what does this mean? Let's not rush. Feel it first. Feel how something around you has been shifting. Your routines suddenly feel like cages. Your desires, more vivid. The voices you once trusted now echo with hollowness. This discomfort, it's sacred. It's the soul stretching. The golden path ahead does not begin with action. It begins with realization. That is why the super full moon of January 20th, 2025 doesn't just shine in the sky. It illuminates the vault of your spirit. It bathes your second house, your house, Taurus, with a rare and fertile light. Venus, your planetary guardian, stands in majestic resonance, amplifying your magnetic field. You're not just drawing money or comfort anymore, you're pulling purpose. You're awakening to a form of wealth that includes peace, dignity, and spiritual sovereignty. This moon activates what has long been buried under obligations and expectations. It touches your ancestral codes, those sacred patterns you carry in your bones. You may not remember making the vows, but your soul does. Promises made to yourself to reclaim your time, your value, your voice. This moon is your witness and your activator. But remember, every treasure demands an unveiling, and every unveiling requires courage. Taurus, this moment may come softly, not as a grand explosion, but a stillness that disrupts. You'll sense it when a silence enters the room and speaks louder than any noise, when you no longer crave validation because you finally remember who you are. This is the true beginning. Don't expect the world to understand this shift. This treasure is not public, it's not performative, it's holy, and it's yours. Now is the time to close old contracts, those invisible agreements you made out of fear, guilt, or survival. The moon will illuminate where your energy is leaking, who is drinking from your cup without giving, what cycles need your firm goodbye. And as you let go, you'll notice something miraculous. Nothing collapses. What is real will remain. What is false will fade. But you must choose. The universe will not drag you through this door. It simply holds it open and waits. So Taurus, stand tall. Reclaim your worth not through assertion, but through frequency. Let your aura become your boundary. Let your softness become your sword. The treasure was never outside. It's been buried within your stillness, your loyalty, your capacity to endure. This is the moment to not just survive, but to inherit. The sky is not just speaking, it's summoning. Now, pause, take a breath. Let this truth settle in your bones. If these words are resonating deep within you, I invite you to anchor this moment in the comments by writing this decree. I now reclaim the treasure hidden in my silence. I walk through the door that was always mine. Let the universe hear your voice. Let your frequency be felt. Let your intention declare that you are ready to receive and that the time is now. Can a single astrological moment alter the structure of your fate? For most, these cosmic events pass unnoticed. But for Taurus, now, this is no passing moon. This is a gatekeeper, a celestial catalyst designed to awaken something deep within you that has long remained dormant, and not by chance, but by soul appointment. While the world sleeps beneath the glow of this super full moon, the ancient wheels of fate begin to turn. Slowly at first, then with a rhythm that builds, like a drumbeat calling you back to the original contract your spirit made before this lifetime. Do you feel it? Pluto, the transformer, now sits in direct alignment with your 10th house, governing legacy, reputation, and the structure of your achievements. This is not merely about success in the eyes of others. It's about reconfiguring what success means to your soul. It is a deep invitation to break old systems that limited your expansion and build new ones rooted in truth, integrity, and your unique vibration of value. This is the moment to ask, are you living the life others built for you, or are you finally ready to build the one your soul designed? The universe, ever exact in its timing, will place before you both tests and treasures. Some will come as delays, others as temptations, but all will ask the same question. Do you remember who you are? There is no longer space for indecision. Your will must become precise, your focus sacred, not harsh or forceful, but unwavering. You are no longer to be moved by chaos, but by clarity. The world around you may still spin in confusion, but you, Taurus, must become the still point within the storm. This stability isn't passivity, it is cosmic power. And Venus, the Empress of beauty, magnetism and wealth, becomes your divine ally. She whispers that real abundance begins not in your bank account, but in your self-worth. She now dances through your 6th house, recalibrating your habits, your rituals, and your approach to daily life. This is where the spiritual becomes practical, where miracles take on form. The small details of your day, your routines, your food, your rest, your conversations are not random. They are threads in the new tapestry you are weaving. Each one can either align you with divine order or delay your arrival. What patterns have you repeated that no longer serve? Which of your rituals are born from love and which from survival? You are not being asked to hustle harder. You are being asked to become more sacred in your time, more intentional in your energy. Because when Taurus chooses with sovereignty, when you commit not just to desires, but to your deepest purpose, the universe begins to reorganize reality itself to support you. This is not a myth. This is metaphysical law. It is why those who dare to walk in alignment, quietly, consistently with reverence, suddenly become magnetic to resources, love, influence, and peace. This alignment will not feel like fireworks. It will feel like truth. You'll know it because everything that was chaotic will begin to find its rightful place. The noise will dim, the urgency will fade. And what remains is direction, purpose, grace. You, Taurus, are no longer chasing the world. You are commanding your field. The old world taught you to chase, to prove, to justify your worth. This new age demands only one thing: embodiment. To embody your value, your peace, your vision, and let the rest come. But embodiment is not a costume. It cannot be faked. It begins in how you speak to yourself. It shows in the boundaries you uphold without apology. It flows in how you rest without guilt, create without fear, receive without shame. Taurus, this is the power of your current alignment, a golden blueprint. But you must choose to live it, not just wish for it. Are you willing to become the version of yourself that your future is already waiting for? Because that version isn't far. That version is one decision away, one routine shift away, one no to an old pattern, one yes to your real self. This is not about being perfect, it's about becoming real, and in your realness, you become unstoppable. What if what feels like a breakdown is actually a divine redirection? The universe, especially under the weight of a super full moon, speaks in paradoxes. It doesn't always offer clarity in the beginning. It offers contrast. And Taurus, you are now standing in the exact center of a sacred disruption, one that at first glance might feel like loss, friction, or uncertainty. But this is not punishment. This is prophecy in motion. You see, when a soul like yours reaches the threshold of transformation, reality begins to test your grip. It shakes what is false to reveal what is true. And often, what breaks apart first are the illusions you were taught to rely on. Identities, relationships, structures, timelines you inherited but never truly claimed. Taurus, you're not losing your stability. You're being invited to discover what real stability feels like, because true stability is not built on predictability. It's built on soul alignment. This is the difference between living a life that looks good and living a life that feels sacred. So do not fear the disruptions now rising around you. They are not random. They are intelligence in motion, energetic teachers in disguise. These disruptions carry a secret, hidden allies. In the weeks following this moon, pay attention to who enters your field, not just physically but emotionally, spiritually. Unexpected connections, wise strangers, even old acquaintances returning with new energy. These are not coincidences. They are soul allies sent to escort you into the next realm of your journey. But not all that glitters will be gold. Among the new faces and invitations will also be subtle distractions, opportunities that mimic your dreams but come with an energetic cost. Listen closely, Taurus. You are no longer in a season where you can afford to compromise your peace for appearances. The discernment you cultivate now will determine the blessings you hold tomorrow. So how do you tell the difference? Feel it. Not in your thoughts, but in your body. If by now your heart is pulsing with recognition, don't keep this awakening to yourself. Click subscribe and become part of this constellation of conscious souls. And if you feel called, write your reflection in the comments. Declare what truth is rising within you. Your presence here is no accident. When something is meant for you, your spirit will relax around it. Even if it's new, even if it's unknown, there will be a quiet yes in your chest. When something is not aligned, your body will tighten, your breath will shorten, your clarity will scatter. That is your soul speaking. Trust it, especially now, because the allies you are meant to walk with in this chapter are not those who feed your ego. They are those who awaken your truth. These are the ones who see you not for what you give, but for who you are becoming. They may challenge you. They may mirror parts of you you've hidden, but they are here to build, not to drain, to rise, not to compete. And most of all, they will remind you that you never had to walk alone. Because Taurus, your next chapter is not meant to be walked in solitude. It is meant to be lived in sacred alliance. But alliances must be intentional. Energetic agreements must be clean. That means cutting cords with those who only take, releasing bonds rooted in guilt, and refusing to be the grounding force for those unwilling to rise. Your energy is currency. Treat it like sacred gold. This is how you honor your evolution. This is how you magnetize miracles. Remember, Venus, your planetary mother, is not only the goddess of beauty, she is the architect of sacred values. And she now insists that your value must be reflected in your relationships, your time, your home, your art, your rituals. Anything less is no longer sustainable. This is the gift hidden inside the disruption, the activation of sacred standards. Taurus, your soul is no longer interested in the old game of settling. You are being initiated into a higher frequency of devotion, not to others first, but to your own truth. Because only when you stand fully inside your truth can you call in those who meet you there, and from that place, Nothing is withheld. The universe will send what aligns with your vibration, not what you chase, but what matches the truth you embody. This is the hidden treasure inside the storm, not comfort but clarity, not safety but sovereignty, and this time you won't have to ask for what you deserve. You will attract it. Taurus, when was the last time you truly spoke from your soul? Not to please, not to prove, but to proclaim. Under this powerful lunar activation, your throat, the center of truth, expression, and creation, is awakening with a sacred intensity. Not just to speak, but to declare. This is no time for whispering dreams or minimizing desires. This is the era of your voice returning home. Why now? Because your voice has always held magic, but magic suppressed becomes pain. And pain, when buried, becomes silence. You were never meant to stay silent. This is why your throat may feel tight now, why old conversations replay in your mind, why you're suddenly craving expression in writing, art, sound, or movement. It is your soul urging you to release what was never meant to be caged. You see, Taurus, you are not only here to build a life, you are here to speak one into existence. Your words are spells, your decisions, declarations. Your boundaries, affirmations of self-love. This lunar alignment reclaims your right to name what you want and to stop apologizing for it. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable, because every time a soul reclaims its voice, it threatens the systems that thrived in its silence. You will meet resistance from others, from within, voices that echo, too much, too selfish, too soon. Ignore them. That is not your truth. That is old programming. This is the moment to ask, what parts of yourself have you edited to be accepted? What dreams have you diluted to be digestible? What truths have you swallowed just to keep peace? Peace built on your silence is not peace. It is a cage. This moon asks you to choose something radical, your own liberation. But make no mistake, this is not about shouting louder. It's about becoming quieter within, because the more you align with your truth, the less you need to explain it. The more you live from clarity, the more your life will speak for you. You are not here to convince, you are here to become, and your becoming speaks louder than any argument ever could. So take inventory, Taurus. Are your current words aligned with your future self? Do the stories you tell reflect who you're growing into or who you used to be? This is the real work of self-command, to stop waiting for permission, to stop negotiating your truth, to stand in the authority of your soul, not in the opinions of the crowd, because the more you trust your voice, the more the world will reflect that trust back to you. Clients who align, lovers who hear you, opportunities that mirror your vibration. You will no longer have to chase, because your voice becomes your beacon. But remember this, the voice you reclaim now is not only for you. It echoes across timelines, it heals ancestral silences, it opens doors for those yet to come. When you speak with love and power, you rewrite history. You heal what generations carried in secrecy. You restore the divine frequency of truth to your lineage. This is your sacred task now, not just to claim abundance, but to call it in with your sound. Not just to manifest freedom, but to declare it in the language of your life. You are no longer voiceless. You are no longer small. You are no longer waiting. You are rising, and your voice leads the way. Taurus, you have walked through fire with grace. Now the earth remembers your footsteps. This is not the end of a cycle. It is the crowning of one. On January 20th, beneath the celestial breath of the superfull moon, you stood before a portal, not a fantasy, not a metaphor, a real energetic gate, one carved in the architecture of the stars, aligned with your path, programmed by your soul, activated by your readiness. And now, something irreversible has occurred. A golden frequency has entered your field. This is the vibration of sovereign abundance. One that no longer requires validation, proving, or effort rooted in fear. Instead, it unfolds from alignment, devotion, and deep energetic congruence. You are no longer manifesting by force, you are attracting by frequency. This is the essence of Taurus transfigured, from laborer to alchemist, from builder to embodiment, from survivor to sovereign. But there is one final integration. The crown of earth, the final treasure, can only be worn when you release the last illusion that you must earn your worth. This belief is ancient. It echoes from generations who had to fight, strive, toil endlessly for small victories. But Taurus, you did not come to repeat those patterns. You came to end them. Your soul chose this body, this time, this moon, to awaken something the world forgot. That wealth is a state of being. That prosperity is the natural result of inner harmony. That when you are rooted in your truth, all things move toward you. So what now? Now you live it, fully, gently, unapologetically. You begin each day not by asking, what do I need to do to deserve, but by remembering, I am already chosen. You engage your world not from defense, but from devotion. You no longer hustle from scarcity. You move from sacred timing. And this shift changes everything. You begin to notice how your presence alters rooms, how your stillness calls in clarity, how your consistency becomes magnetic. Others will ask what changed. They won't see the moonlight you swallowed. They won't understand the inner earthquakes you crossed. But your life will speak. Your energy will announce what your words cannot. You are crowned now, not by others but by truth. This crown is not heavy. It is made of integrity. It fits perfectly because it was always yours. Wear it well, but know this, Taurus. Your evolution is not only for you. You now become the mirror for others. A living invitation for those still lost in proving and pleasing. You become the calm within the storm, the quiet wealth in a noisy world. Your presence becomes prophecy, because those who root deeply rise powerfully. And you, sacred bull of the Zodiac, are now the living temple of embodied wealth. The earth is yours to bless, the sky your silent witness, and the treasure, it was never gold, it was you. As you step into this new era, Taurus, don't walk alone. Subscribe now and return whenever your soul needs to remember. And if this message spoke directly to a part of you words can't explain, say it in the comments. Let this space become a temple of your becoming. We're listening.